welcome back to Books with Brandywine. Today I wanted to share with you 10 Shakespeare movies that I've seen and loved. In no particular order, because I don't think I really have a preference on them, except for maybe 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, that movie is the best. But anyway, so we'll start, I wrote them down in a random order. They're in a random order. They're all awesome. So the first one, as I just mentioned, is 10 Things I Hate About You. And this movie is a Shakespeare adaptation of Taming of the Shrew set in a high school. And if you haven't seen this movie, I don't know where you've been for like the last 20 years since they made this movie. But it is the best, and Heath Ledger is adorable, and everybody needs to go watch this movie. I haven't read The Taming of the Shrew yet, so I don't know like how close it follows it, but it's a movie that I absolutely love, and I think you should all go watch it. The second movie, also a Shakespeare adaptation, is She's the Man. This is an adaptation that is based off of Twelfth Night, and it follows the story of a girl that wants to join the super elite soccer team. So she pretends to be her twin brother and goes to the school and joins the soccer team, and then all kinds of craziness ensues. And I think Channing Tatum was the love interest in it. And so definitely go and watch that. It is hilarious. I absolutely love it. The movie is just the best. And then I think those are all of the Shakespeare adaptations. Oh, there was one more Shakespeare adaptation. So the third movie is The Forbidden Planet. And this movie I haven't seen since I was really, really little. It's a movie that came out, I think, in like the 60s or 70s, and I loved it. I thought it was great. It was supposed to be loosely based off of The Tempest. I would definitely suggest going and watching it. It's definitely one of those classic sci-fi movies that are just really cool to watch. So those are all of those Shakespeare adaptations. And then as far as movies that actually stayed true to the Shakespeare, sorry, it's really hot in here, to the Shakespeare script and to the Shakespeare time period, I really, really like the Romeo and Juliet that came out in, I want to say it was the 60s or 70s. I think I briefly mentioned it in my Romeo and Juliet video, and I love that movie. I've watched that movie I don't know, hundreds of times. I had the VHS of it, and I would just watch it over and over and over again. One of my favorite songs is the song that they're singing when Romeo and Juliet finally meet. I love that song. I think it's so beautiful. And I had to find it because I wanted to download it and have it. And I love that song. But that movie is just so beautiful and so well done. And I think it's just such a close representation of Romeo and Juliet, making it into a movie. So I would definitely suggest going and watching that one. The next movie is Much Ado About Nothing. I just saw that recently, and I loved it. I didn't even know about it until I was doing research for the play, or for the book for my video, and I found out about it, and people said I should watch it. A lot of people seemed to love it, and it was awesome. So go and watch that. I believe that came out in 1996 or 1997, somewhere around there. It was by Kenneth Branagh. And then the next one is A Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh my gosh, that movie. I want to say that one came out in 96-ish as well. And I had the DVD of that one. Oh my gosh, I've watched that one hundreds of times. It is the reason that I said that Midsummer Night's Dream was one of my favorite plays. I have read it once, but I really, really, really loved that movie. They did such a good job in that movie, and Puck is amazing, and I love that movie. Actually, I love everything that actor does. So I would definitely recommend that everybody see that movie somehow. It's beautiful. It is so well done. The next one I want to mention is the Hollow Crown series, which I actually counted this as two different movies because they had a season 1 and they had a season 2. And they were a miniseries, I think it's called, that was made by BBC. See, it said 2012 and 2016. So what was that, 5 and 3 years ago? And so the first series has Richard I, and then Henry IV, part 1 and 2, and Henry V. And then the second series has all 3 of Henry VI, but they combined them into just 2 different movies, and then Richard III. And this cast is star-studded. It's got Tom Hiddleston, it's got Benedict Cumberbatch, it's got that one guy whose name, Sir Patrick, what's his name? I should know his name. He's from Star Trek. But yeah, but they have like just star-studded cast, like so many people. And it is very, very well done. I'm still making my way through the series right now, but I'm loving getting to see like how it would be, because with the histories, you know, there's wars going on, there's stuff in court, like stuff is happening, but it's so cool to get to see it like actually like cinematic. Like they spared no expense on these movies are awesome, and I would definitely suggest, if you have some way to watch them, like watch them, because they are so good, and I think they definitely make the histories much richer to get to watch them that way. And then an adaptation that I did forget to mention is West Side Story. I love that movie. I love that movie. Who doesn't love that movie? I mean, the singing is amazing, the movie is amazing, and it's based off Romeo and Juliet, for people who don't know. And it is one of my favorite musicals. Definitely go and watch that one. And then, last but not least, is not actually an adaptation of Shakespeare's, but it is about Shakespeare, and it's like my guilty pleasure, and that is Shakespeare in Love. I don't even know how many times I've watched that movie. I've been watching it ever since it first came out. I think I had it on like VHS or DVD or something, and I just watched it over and over and over again, and I loved it. I thought they did a great job, especially, I think her name is Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, is that the right person? It might not be the right person, but I get all the actresses mixed up all the time. But I just, like, they did such a great job. And so I watched it as a kid, probably not appropriate for a kid to watch, but I loved that movie. So those are the 10 movies that are Shakespeare related, that I've seen, that I loved, that I would definitely suggest you guys go and watch if you're able to either get the movies or watch them on Netflix or something. I don't know which ones are on Netflix, but sometimes they pop up randomly. But I would definitely suggest going and watching those movies. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!